My redshirt freshman year, first year I'm on the field. Well, after my first season being there, redshirt year, our coaching staff gets
replaced?
No, they get better jobs. They go to Fordham, so they get a promotion. They go get another job. So we got a brand new staff comes in, and they wasn't rocking with me like that. A lot of kids nowadays fold and like, I'm transferring. I wasn't built that way. I'm built to look adversity in the face and fight.
See, these guys didn't pick you. They weren't.
Nah,
This is a whole different
I wasn't
regime.
their guy.
Right.
You know, and that was everybody on the team mostly. They started bringing their guys in. My redshirt freshman year, played on all special teams, barely any carries. It's a gut check. It was a gut check.
Oh
for me.
yeah. Oh yeah.
You know, and I'm like,
yeah,
damn.
yeah.
Like I know I can play, but it's a blessing in disguise. The guy that started, my guy Justice Harrison, he ended up getting drafted by the Patriots in the 6th round. He schooled me on how to be a successful running back. Had nothing to do with being on the field. Nothing to do with that at all. I learned very little from him on the football field. It was how I approached the game off the field.
That's interesting.
That's
very compelling, right there.
My style and his style was two completely different things, and that never was a problem for me. I practiced hard, played hard. That I couldn't practice anything. I gave 100%. That's just in me. But how I approached the game, how I studied the game, I had to be a student of the game. I had to know why we were doing things, not what I was doing, but why I was doing this. Why are we doing this? How are we trying to attack the defense? Why are we doing this? And once I did that and my knowledge of the game grew, so did my game. I took off. My redshirt sophomore year, they did this running back by committee thing. That didn't work out. We all shared carries.
You said sophomore year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm mad. So my freshman and sophomore year, my girlfriend at the time, I ain't gonna lie, man, she held me down mentally in regards to just going through that. I mean, my family would always say, keep up, keep your head up. I mean, but that's family. They're supposed to say.
Right,
but
right,
she
right.
would be real with me.
Yeah.
She already know, like, how I am. So she like, listen, she was kind of cutthroat with it, thinking about it. She like, damn, what you gonna do? Just quit? What you gonna quit? Like, nah, I ain't gonna quit. But she kind of kept my eyes on it. Like,
Yeah.
listen, you got to, maybe you got to do
constructive criticism.
Yeah, like, oh, you got to do something different, or you got to stay on it. You got to keep working harder. Don't give up. And even though I never was gonna give up, it's not in my blood.
Right.
But at the same time, it's good to hear somebody kind of give you that push besides your mom, your dad, your family members. You know, she giving me that push, and she like, listen, you know, you got this. You prove them wrong when you get on the field. Prove them wrong when you get on the field.
Yeah.
So that was my thing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, when I get on the field, I'm going to prove them wrong. You know what I'm saying? So my junior year, get on the field, I ain't going to lie. Like, I had a mean chip on my shoulder.
That year?
Yeah, man. I was pissed off at the whole coaching staff. Yeah, I was. I mean, like yo, y'all dudes ain't give me the ball for 2 years. I got a trick for y'all. Man, I got the ball.
Was that the year you had 1,300 yards?
I had 15.
Yeah.
My junior year, I had over 1,500.
Yeah.
And, man, I had 1,516 touchdowns or something like that.
James, when that was happening, I kid you not, there was a buzz in Western New York. People were talking about that. Like, this is it. He's doing it.
I was so much in a bubble, I didn't even realize it.
I remember that.
I didn't even have Facebook or nothing at that time. I
think he was averaging like 5.6 yards per carry.
I was leading the country in yards per carry, and I was third in the country in total rushing.
Right.
And the first game of the year, I ran for like 280 yards and 3 touchdowns. I lit them up.
And I remember a situation, like hearing about you and some of the games you had, like just maybe watching certain plays, highlights, and just seeing you in a Blue Devils uniform still. And it was like, yo, that's our guy. He's still in a Blue Devils uniform, playing ball, killing it. And it was like, dude, it was like we felt it. Like we were there with you almost.
It's crazy because that electric, I never felt it because I was so much in the zone and in the
of
bubble.
Course, yeah.
Because I was so locked in on, listen, I didn't get carries for 2 years. I'm maximizing every single opportunity. So I didn't pay attention. I didn't, like, whatever was happening here or outside of New Britain, Connecticut, where we were, or wherever we was playing that week, I really didn't pay no attention. Like, I didn't. It just didn't matter.
That's probably why you were doing so well.
Yeah, it didn't matter to me.
That's all outside information. I don't need none of that right now. You were like this.
It didn't matter to me, man. I knew where I wanted to be, and I knew what I had to do to get there. I had to dominate. So I ended up having a successful junior year, All-American and All-Conference and a few other things. But senior year, went out, had a solid year. We won the conference. That was the most important thing. And
right.
Yeah, got All-American.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
All-American.
at that point, were you good with your team at that point? You just had your breakout season, You know, you said you had your chip on your shoulder.
Yeah, I had a chip on my shoulder for that first game my junior year because I wanted to show them that I was that dude and they made a mistake.
Right.
They might not give me the ball for
And
2
you
years
did.
prior. Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah, it was a statement. It was,
Everyone loves hearing a story like that.
yeah,
man.
and that was that. And then once I wrapped up senior year, I was on the Walter Payton Award list.
Yeah, that's
very
the highest in the high
that was
right
very,
there.
very, very, very important to me.
Yeah.
And my teammates, a team award, and I had every award you can ever think of. I won, and I got. It was a blessing. I mean, God is great.
Yes.
You know what I mean? That's just the truth. And man, it was what it was. And I was ranked 14th or 15th in the 2010 draft in the running backs class. So it was Mel Kiper talked good about me, and
Wow.
yeah, I mean, it seemed like a dream. It did. It did seem like a dream. It was my dream, and it felt as such.
And you weren't the only kid from Buffalo to make it to the same team too. Mike Williams.
Mike Will.
And you guys were there at the same time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
2010. Mike.
That's deep right there.
Yeah, Mike.
He went to school with Mike Williams. So I went to school with you. He went to school with Mike Williams.
Mike is
That's
savage.
it's crazy, man.
When I
God
tell
is
you-
good.
When I tell you that boy is the truth,
He was.
excuse me, that man is the truth.
Yeah.
When we went down there, man, he was eating boys' lunch.
He
like,
played
I'm
for
like,
a long time.
man,
too.
listen, I'm like, yo. I'm like, Mike, dude. We in practice. I'm like, dude. Man, I'll never forget, man.
We had a couple 1,000-yard seasons too.
If not, he was making noise. I know he was
Yeah.
up there. He was
Yeah.
up there, but I know, man, we went 4 plays.
Him and Vincent Jackson were just
Yeah.
ripping the
No,
people up.
it wasn't Vincent Jackson. He had
It was before that?
Yeah. He came after.
Yeah.
Aurelius Ben was there.
Oh yeah.
Aurelius
Okay,
Ben was
okay.
there.
All right.
But he, man, Mike, man, I remember we had a 4-play sequence, and he had one big play, or I had one big play, and that dude just took over the drive. Like in practice, I'm like, dude, like they couldn't do nothing with him, man. Mike is a problem. I'm like, dude, man, we call him back home after practice. I'm like, yo, this dude, Mike, about to win Rookie of the Year the way he looking, you know. And he was up there for it. He had got some Rookie of the Year love. He didn't win it, obviously, but he got some love. He was making noise. Everybody's on the Dez Bryant train at that time.
I mean, if you were a football
He
fan,
was-
you knew Mike Williams. Like
Yeah.
that was a house. That was a name everyone knew.
Absolutely.
But you know what's even crazier? You want to say something? Go ahead.
Prior to the NFL, like when you were riding this wave in college, how did that feel? Coming from where we come from and seeing what's on the horizon, knowing what's there. You know what I mean? You didn't feel the buzz, but you see them stats. You know what's on the horizon. How did that feel at that point prior to even receiving any phone calls? Like, you knew it was there because you felt it.
You want to know what I did, but I didn't, because everybody around me, I'm James to them. They didn't change around me, so I didn't change. I wasn't allowed to, because I had to be myself to get to where I wanted to be, you know. And that means just I'm James Mallory. And stay to that. And my boy Jeremy, same. He called me, yo, what we doing later, man? What's up? You done training? Yo, what's up, man? I'm coming through. My mom don't change. My dad don't change. My family members don't change. Some of them change. You know, some family members change, but those are flaky ones anyway.
Yeah.
But the people that was close to me, none of them changed. I was always James to them. So that buzz, I kind of
Gave you a little
I tried
humility.
I felt it. I mean, everybody, now all of a sudden it went from maybe 5 different people text me in a day, 10 people text me in a day, to now 105 to 110 people text me a day.
Right.
You know, I mean, that's just the reality.
Yeah.
And that's just being real. You know, it's just that changes. That is how I seen it. Like, it went from I go to the mall. Like, literally, it went from I'll go to the mall, everybody's doing their thing, to I go to the mall, and all of a sudden people just swarming me. Like, it's not like I'm a star, but people like, yo, that's James. Yo, can I get a picture? Like, I'm just James. Like, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm just James.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it was, I'm me.
Yeah.
You know, everybody around me know I've never changed. I'm always the same James.
Yeah.
But it was a buzz. I would be lying if I didn't say I didn't know it was a buzz. But it was, I kind of just stayed to myself and just kind of I just do me. I'm just me. You know,
Right.
I stay in my own lane. That's why life is comfortable for me, because I just stay in my own lane. I don't dib and dab in other lanes. I
feel like every person handles fame differently. It seems like, you know, like Gronkowski, he's loving it. He wants to get in front of every camera he can find. And by the way, that's a third Buffalo native that's a Buck. That's got to be pretty crazy to see that.
It's more than that.
Really?
More than that.
I didn't know that. So people from Buffalo play for the Bucks?
Steve Means played for him.
When was that?
He played for him a couple years ago.
Oh wow.
Doug Worthington was there. He was with him.
That's a name I've heard before.
Doug
actually.
was with the Buccaneers too.
Yeah.
It was actually, I'm willing to bet and put money on it. The Buccaneers probably had more 7-1-6 players on it than any team in the NFL.
That's interesting.